Hi guys, and welcome back to Leeton. My name's Jace, and it's going to get cold. It's going to get really cold. So we need to make a plan. Where I live in Shropshire, we're going to get to about -1 tonight, which isn't too bad at all. But it's going to get to about -3 or 4 tomorrow night, and then it's going to get to about -6 or 7 the night after. And then I'm not really certain the Met Office knows what's going to happen after that, but we'll see. So I'm going to start in the greenhouse to show you how I'm going to protect some of my plants, and then I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with a lot of the seedlings I've got growing, and we're going to have a quick walk around the garden as well and just make a few decisions down there as well. Okay guys, so what I've done is in here I had some peas, little tiny shoots like this. And peas are good down to about -2, -3, but they're very young plants, and I'm not going to risk them getting frozen solid in here, because what you've got to think about is this is an unheated greenhouse. There's also a couple of panes of glass missing. If it's -6, -7 outside, it's going to be well below freezing in here. So they have gone indoors, those peas. Under the bubble wrap I have got my broad beans that are just starting to come up, and I've got my garlic. Now both of these are good down to about -10, but we don't know. We don't know if it's going to be -6, -7, -10. So I'm going to err on the side of caution, and I'm going to give them a little bit of protection just to help them out. So in the garden I've got some parsnips growing over here, again very hardy, and they are in these little clotch things. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put the lids on. It's going to get cold. It'll just help keep the heat in a little bit. That's that. Over here, what have we got? Some kale. Now this kale has actually gone all the way through the winter, and I'm thinking I've got some more growing. It's survived all the cold snap in December and January, so I'm going to risk it. It's got a bit of shelter here with this fence, so I'm going to leave that. Got rhubarb there coming up, and I think I've got some more. Yeah, I have over here. Again, rhubarb, really hardy, and I think I'm just going to leave it to its own devices. The parsley, etc., again, that's come all the way through the winter, all the way through those cold snaps, so I'm going to leave that. And these onions, again, they have survived all that cold weather we had. These were sown last June, July, I think. So I'm going to leave them, see how they get on. I have got a lot of other onions growing, so there's nothing I can do about the fruit trees, you know, but they should be absolutely fine. And everything that I've got growing in these is going to have to come inside. They might be all right out there, but I'm not going to take the risk. I've put a lot of effort into getting this lot growing, and I'm not going to lose it now. And of course the other thing is, if you've got potatoes chitting in a shed or in a greenhouse, get them somewhere warmer, because as I said, it's going to drop below freezing in an unheated outbuilding, and that will destroy your potatoes. They won't be any good afterwards. This is now our conservatory. It's absolutely rammed full of various plants. These are broccoli, and they are hardy, but I'm not going to risk losing them just for a few nights, taking up a bit of space indoors. These are all flowers that Julie is growing. Tomatoes, parsnips, more tomatoes, beetroot, courgettes and cucumbers, spring onion, peppers that haven't done anything, marigolds, more brassicas and tomatoes at the back, more parsnips, onion, the peas that were in the greenhouse, more onion, these were sown in January, peppers and chilies, ungerminated things at the back away from the windows because obviously it's ungerminated, it doesn't need the light, whereas the things that I've germinated are nearer the windows. Leeks, kale, spinach and sprouts, cauliflower, salad leaves, they're coming on nicely. And again, lettuce is hardy, but I'm not going to risk leaving them out in -6, -7, just in a little clutch. So, and more Elsa Craig onion there. So our little room is now full. So if you're not fortunate to have an area like this, you can always just bring the plants into the house. They don't have to be by a window because you're going to keep them in there overnight, and then you could take them back out again in the morning if that's feasible for you. If not, and you've got a greenhouse or a polytunnel, make some sort of clutch in there. Bubble wrap, fleece, anything that you've got. And you can always put a couple of candles in that area, in the greenhouse or whatever, just to try and take that chill off, that and keep it above freezing. That's the main aim. And protect your plants. We've all put in a massive amount of work, and -7, -6, -7, I'm not going to risk that. Not with all of these seedlings that we've got going. If it was -1, I probably would. So, I hope you've enjoyed the video, guys. If you have, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already subscribed, please do. Now this might be the last video for a few days because I've got quite a bit of work I've got to get done this week. But I'm sure I'll be getting a video out over the weekend. And the weather's meant to be warming up towards the weekend as well. So that's a good thing. Right, thanks very much. Catch you on the next one.